Hey, what's going on, Flight Simmers? My name is Rowan, and it seems like Christmas just keeps on giving to us. And I mean with long haulers for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now, you might have seen our last video where we shared the first teaser of the PMDG 777, and it seems like there is some more news coming from that today. So for starters, we're going to look at a recent forum post which Robert Randazzo made on the 17th of December. Now, the first key part of this post is the fact that he has announced that the PMDG 777 has officially gone into beta. Now, we have no indications on how long this beta stage will last. Judging that the 737 took a couple months in beta, I'd fully expect the 777 to take roughly the same amount of time. However, Robert does make one important point which makes a lot of sense, which is that the 777 project has been benefiting from previous experience of the other projects, and he makes these 3 points of which why the 777 project has been improved in terms of quality. Now, the first point is that they've had over 3 years now of development on the current platform, which has allowed them to improve their skills and get familiar with the actual coding itself. The second point is that they have been expanding the PMDG team, and thirdly, they have mentioned that they have been investing in a lot of new tools which has been supporting them in developing these projects. However, I am unaware on what these tools are, but this is what Robert has said. Another part which is very interesting is towards the end of his post is him stating that they have multiple products going into beta testing in a rapid succession. Now, that could only mean one thing, and that's most likely the PMDG 737 MAX has gone into beta testing, and also to support this we have a screenshot of a PMDG beta tester on Discord playing Volanta or Microsoft Flight Simulator with the type B38M, which is the Boeing 737 MAX. So you could take what you like from this. This could potentially be the PMDG 737 MAX, it may not be, but this is what we've got at the moment. Now, Robert Randazzo did mention before that they are not going to be posting any news on the 737 MAX and that they will just release it when it's ready with no warning. So, could this suggest that we're going to be seeing the 737 MAX soon? Quite potentially. However, we have no solid evidence to suggest this is going to happen anytime soon, other than the fact that we've got this bit of information right here. Now, before we do move on, we also have a screenshot from PMDG showing the interior of what I assume is the 777. Now, what it's showing is the forward cabin or the business class cabin of the 777 with potentially premium economy behind it, showing that we have more than just a 2-class config interior. Now, there's no news whether if this is going to be modifiable, whether if you could change between a 1, 2 or 3 class interior, but it's quite nice to see that we have a fully modelled and detailed interior. So moving on, we do have news from the fly-by-wire development team with their A380X project. Although we do not have a detailed explanation or description of the images which we have, however, we do have 4 new screenshots showing the exterior and some of its systems of the A380. So we're going to start off looking at the exterior screenshots, and the first one we're going to look at is the underside or the belly shot. This one has caught my eye quite a bit because of the amount of detail and wear and tear it has got on it. More specifically with the amount of dirt and grain on the underside of the aircraft. Looking towards the rear of the aircraft, near where the APU is, we have so much grime and dirt on there, showing that we have a decently well-aged A380. As we have previously stated before, we didn't expect a brand new A380 from their previous screenshots in the past. Also, looking at the engines, we can see a lot of wear and tear and grime and a lot of dirt building up from behind the engine cowlings and where it's connected to the wing. The next 2 screenshots have also caught my attention because of the amount of wing flex being shown on the A380. So if we look at the wing image showing the image of the 2 Trent 900 engines, or at least I think they are, we can see a substantial amount of wing flex further down on the wing. Unfortunately, I believe they took this screenshot in DirectX 12 with resampling because of the distortion in the engines. However, we're not too focused on the fan blades at the moment. We're going to look at the rest of the image. So looking at the slats as well, there is a substantial amount of dirt buildup on there, as you can see, and none of it looks copy or paste at all. It all looks like unique patterns of dirt building up, which is quite nice to see. Second image is showing a more top-down view, showing off this new livery which we haven't seen before, which is shining in this image, showing off all the different decals in the aircraft. So the amount of detail has definitely increased since the last time we've seen the exterior. Almost looks like it's practically complete from the exterior at least. I'm not sure if the animations have been complete, but we can see that the flaps are in a takeoff configuration as well. And then finally we're looking at the last screenshot showing the lower display inside of the cockpit, which has the FMS or flight management system. It looks like we're on the flight plan page, which shows a flight plan departing Houston on runway 15 left, and it looks like they've completed most of the system for the flight plan at least, as they've managed to input a full departure, including the manual sector which has to be flown, and also up-to-date waypoints. It's also showing the ETA on time as well. Now I'm unsure if this is using VNAV, so I'm not sure how accurate this time is, but fingers crossed that it has got VNAV implemented in it at this time. I'm not expecting it to, but let's keep our hopes up at least. So that's it from Fly-by-Wire. It's not too much information, but it's enough to get an understanding that the project is still moving ahead and that they are still working on it. And that unfortunately leaves us at the end of the video now. If you found this news interesting at all, then make sure you do click on that like button, or even that subscribe button as well, to help support the channel so we can keep you up to date in the future. Once again, I thank you for making it this far in the video. My name is Rowan and you've been watching Information Alpha. See ya!